Now, a lot of you are stuck in this place of appeasing narcissistic people in your life, especially family members. And you might even call yourself a peacemaker. You appease the narcissist because you want to bring peace into the situation and restore balance in this highly dysfunctional, toxic dynamic. The only problem for you is that it never creates peace. It's the same old story being replayed time and time again. It's time to really understand why you're never going to have peace and why you should stop trying to be a peacemaker by appeasing narcissistic people. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, I find out that this is true a lot when I'm dealing with one-on-one coaching sessions with people who are stuck in dysfunctional relationships with family members and narcissistic siblings. And ultimately, they continue to try to appease them. They continue to show up when they get the invitations to go places, and they partake in the family get-togethers, even though it's toxic, it's dysfunctional. There's certain siblings that yell and scream and shout and bully, yet you might continue to go. Why? I'm just a peacemaker. I'm a peacemaker. I want to provide peace, but we're having a consultation because you're not at peace. There's no peace in the situation. Why is there no peace? Because you're walking into a toxic trap each and every time you feel as though you're going to provide peace. You're going because you want there to be peace. Listen, this may be the most important message that you can ever receive. This is what you need to understand about highly dysfunctional, toxic, narcissistic people, narcissistic families. And this is what you need to understand as to why you are not at peace, they are not at peace, and there will never be peace in the relationship or dynamic, especially if you simply try to just appease them. And here's why. Are you ready? The main thing to understand here is that their peace does not depend on you. This is why every time you've gone and tried to be a peacemaker, it failed. And this is why every time you leave the dysfunctional situation and you stay away, it also fails. You're literally damned if you do and damned if you don't with toxic narcissistic people. If you show up trying to bring peace, you will be the bad guy. If you stay away and try to stay away from conflict, you are the bad guy. Yeah? Why? Because it doesn't depend on you. You are not the reason the narcissistic people are narcissistic. You are not the reason for their anger. You are not the reason for their rage. You are not the reason that they are narcissistic people. You're not the reason for their dysfunction. I know that they've made you feel like you are, that they're mad because you don't show up, or they're mad because you did show up. You know, it goes both ways. But that's not the reason they're mad. They are narcissistic with or without you. They are mean people with or without you. The only thing that you provide for them is a sense of ownership. That's it. Their sense of ownership. They sense that they have control over you and they own a piece of you. So really, the question comes down to this. Forget about all the peace, maintaining peace and this nonsense. Understand that their peace doesn't depend on you. This is why, again, you could show up and they're still going to be narcissistic, right? It's never worked. Your peace has never changed them, and it never will, right? You staying away from them hasn't changed them, and it never will. They are what they are. So really, what you have to start doing now is living for your own peace. Yeah? This is it. And I know it sounds selfish, and you might be thinking, well, that sounds selfish, and it's probably because, well, you've just never done it before. You've spent so long trying to appease narcissistic people to bring peace to them, and it's failed, by the way. And you've never just taken the time to say, well, what makes me peaceful? Because if you're honest, you'd say, well, not being around that. I'm not peaceful when I'm around dysfunctional family members. Not at all. So stay away. And don't worry about them yelling and screaming and making a big hoopla out of it, because again, remind yourself, well, it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. They'd be yelling and screaming and making a hoopla anyways, because that's what narcissistic people do. They're always in a bad mood. They're always angry. They're always looking for someone to fight with. It's not because you're away. It's because that's who they are. And so start working towards what makes you peaceful. Now you flip the script and say, well, listen, I don't want to be around them and their narcissistic fighting ways because that just robs me of my peace. Now that's the truth. And now when you discover what robs you of your peace, stay away from that. Yeah, but Kevin, it's my mom. Yeah, but Kevin, it's my dad. It's my siblings. And yes, they're angry, but I should just be the peacemaker. No, you'll never be a peacemaker. You'll never be a peacemaker in that situation, because their peace will never depend on you. Their peace will never be because of you. You need to worry about your peace. Start living a life responding to what brings you peace in life. And I guarantee you this, if you live for what brings you peace in life, eventually you'll find peace with them. That's the truth. You will find more peace with narcissistic people when you become at peace with yourself and your own decisions as to what makes you peaceful, because you're living authentically. And when you live authentically, instead of trying to appease others and bring peace to others, when you live authentically, there will naturally be more peace, because the ones who don't like you and don't care, they'll stay away from you because they're not going to get anything from you because you're too authentic. So instead of being a peacemaker, let's work on being authentic. How about that? I want to help you with this process. Down below, you can find access to scheduling one-on-one appointments with me. We could do a FaceTime or a WhatsApp video conference. We could do a telephone call or a text message consultation. It's up to you. So down below are direct links to my calendar, so you can hop on down there and schedule. Every Monday night is Royal We Fellowship. Royal We Live Chat, Monday nights. And Saturday mornings is Royal We Fellowship, an in-depth Bible study as we take our understanding of the toxicity of this world and we apply it to the ancient literature of the Bible. That's every Saturday morning. You'll find the links down below in the description box. Also, follow me at Join the Royal We on Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We.